Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. I want to have a little bit of a chat with you guys just to talk about my business and the channel and just life in general. For those of you that may be new, my name is Tammy and I own a small bath and body company here in Greencastle, Indiana. And I just share everything with you guys. I share my successes, I share my failures, and I'm pretty darn transparent with you all. So I hope you stay tuned to watch this video of a recap of 2024. I'm working on about 4.5 years on the channel, and I just want to say thank you so much for the support and love. I get showered with love from you guys all the time, and I just want to say really quickly, thank you for that. So let's talk about 2024 as Lily barks her full head off. I have a dog. Her name is Lily, and she is the most cutest thing in the world. Hang on. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty here. 2024 sucked, guys. It sucked for me. I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say it sucked. I shouldn't say it that way. It wasn't like it was a horrible year. My sales were up. Like every year, they get a little bit better. So my sales were up. So it's not that. It's just me. Stress, burnout, overwhelm, all the stuff. That was 2024 for me. So I would just want to share a little bit about that. I have a few notes just to keep myself on track, guys. I'm so sorry. But as you may know, I do have a very large festival that I go to every October. This is about 1/3 of my sales for the year, guys. It's such an important festival for me. I can't believe I didn't do it for so many years. I'm so glad I started doing it. That being said, it is 10 days and is brutal. And I start in June ramping up production for the end of the year. So my festival and Christmas holiday sales and those kind of things, I start that in June, and I need every bit of those 4 months to prepare for the festival. For some reason, I just didn't feel like I had time management. I felt very disorganized. I was always on these like rabbit trails. I just started getting very, very overwhelmed. I never had enough time. I never had enough energy. And then I started just getting really burnt out and start almost being mad about the fact that I had to go downstairs and start making something when I really didn't feel like it. And I don't exactly know what caused all that, because it's never been like that in years past. I mean, the very first, like 2016, 17, I had that. That's a whole other story in itself with the festival. And that was actually before I actually started attending it. I've been fine since then. But last year, I just got really overwhelmed with everything. And the thing is, I'm reducing my number of hours of work. I started out at 40, then I went to 37, then I went to 35, and now I'm working between 30 and 35 hours every week. So I'm having fewer hours on my day job, and you would think that that would allow me to not be overwhelmed and not be stressed, but it just didn't help. The festival came in October, and that was a grind. After the festival, I had like some sort of illness where I got down for a week. I did not feel well. And I think that mentally and physically, I became quite exhausted, and it just made me susceptible to whatever, viral thing I had going that week. 2 weeks of free weekends after the festival, and then I have been organizing a show myself here in my town for 4 years now. This was my 4th year organizing this craft show. And normally I really like the craft show. It's just that for some reason this year it was nothing but trouble. I would get so frustrated with it because, I'm sorry, but people would say, yeah, I want that spot. I want that spot. And I'd have to say, hey, I don't have your application. I don't have your money. Do you still want your spot? Yeah, I still want it. And I'm too nice, and I won't just give a deadline. And if you don't give me the stuff before the deadline, then you're out. I would always want to bring people back that had been vendors before, or give people extra chances to get the application in, especially when they kept saying, yes, 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 I want it. And then, a few weeks before the festival, they say, oh no, I'm sorry, I can't do it. That happened more times this year than ever. Or people saying, hey, did I give you my application? Or hey, da-da-da. And it's like, yes, keep track of your crap. Those kind of things. It was just a constant battle with the vendors. And normally I always liked organizing the craft show, but this year I didn't. I hated every second of it. And it really does fall onto me. I was doing it by myself. Other than day of, my son, his family, and my husband, obviously, they all came together, helped tape floor, and clean the building when it was all said and done. So day of, I had lots of help. All the leading up to, it was just on me, and I don't think I did a very good job, and I just didn't enjoy it at all. I don't know if it was my age. It was just not a good year for me. Now, obviously, this is just business-wise. Personal is golden, guys. Don't worry about me. I could not ask for a better husband and family and kids and grandkids and everything there. Work. I love my job. I love the people I work with. None of that is a problem. It's just, I'm just talking business. Because I was so stressed, I'd get a little bit more short-tempered. I was more snippy, all those kind of things. And always just so tired. Beyond the being sick after the covered bridge, I had a few weeks of just, chest pain, shortness of breath. The whole thing that I get like that once in a while. Heart's fine. All my tests are fine. All my tests are fine. Don't worry about me. My husband thinks it's the blood clots in my lungs that I had. He thinks I have scar tissue. I don't know. I think I do have a post-PE syndrome. I've never been the same since I had my PEs. But I also have a relatively new diagnosis of asthma, so I just don't have energy like I used to have before the PEs. I've never been back to where I was. That's why I get short of breath when I talk too fast or too much. I have to stop and catch my breath sometimes before I can start back in taping. That happens quite often, but it's just how I am now. So I'm back to my normal shortness of breath. So changes for 2025. I dropped the craft show first and foremost. I am never going to organize another craft show ever again. I don't want to deal with the people. I don't want to deal with drama. I'm so happy. And I will say, when I dropped that, the day of that craft show and that was over, I just felt almost giddy that was done and over for me. I am so happy I dropped that, and it was just such a weight off my shoulders not to have to worry about that anymore. I had no idea how smothered that craft show is making me feel. I'm not even going to be a vendor next year. I have somebody else took it over. And the problem is, this was one of my best craft shows of the year. Top 2, if I take out Covered Bridge, it was in the top 2 of my craft shows every single year. I did really, really well there. So it's kind of hard to walk away from that. But I just felt giddy after that. I had such a big smile on my face after that show and it was done that I don't have to worry about that anymore. So there's one thing I'm changing. Another thing I'm doing differently is I did pull my products out of a boutique. Nothing against the boutique or anything, the owner, that was all fine. It was just one more added stress that I needed to walk away from. Again, another weight off my shoulders with not having to deal with inventory or, going in there or whatever. I can't see me really ever doing that again. Consignment and booth rent, I think, is pretty well done for me. I'm not going to say never. I have no desire to bring back that stress again. So I felt another weight lifted, and I'm very happy not to have my products out and about and having to deal with that. Last year, I was really taping a lot of packing videos, and I would post those on Facebook and Instagram, try to gin up some business. That was just another added stress that I had to, have makeup on most of the time. Not always. I'm not that, into that, but I didn't want to look like I just rolled out of bed either. So it's not like you could just do it at any time. Just the uploading and the editing and all of those and trying to do every single order, I stopped that. I will do the soap of the month orders. I'll just do a random order here and there just to keep my presence on social media. I really don't post much on social media other than those packing videos. So it's just a way to keep me in front of people, but otherwise I'm not doing every single order. That's another stressor that I have given up. On a side note, I spent money very unwisely last year. And I don't know what happened, and maybe it was just stress shopping. I don't really know, but all of a sudden I found myself buying ingredients. I just did not spend money wisely. I'm so mad at myself for some of those purchases that I made that were so unnecessary. I would be a patron and I'd watch somebody make something. It's I want to try that. I want to try that. And then next day I know I'm ordering all these ingredients to make these products that I don't have the energy or even the gumption to go down and make because I'm so stressed. I don't want to be in my room. So now I'm sitting on all these ingredients that I don't remember what I bought them for, and I have no real desire to use them. It's so frustrating that I did that. I haven't made that mistake in years. That's something I did in the first few years of my business that the last 4 or 5 years I've done so much better about that kind of crap. And I did it again last year and I'm just so mad at myself. My sales were a lot better last year, but you would never know it because I didn't spend my money. So my profits weren't all that much better. One of the things that I'm doing differently in 2025 is I'm no longer a patron of anyone, and I miss that. I just need to kind of cool it, right? Along those lines of stressors and financial is I'm not really interested in bringing any new products to my line in 2025. I have a face cream. Guys, it's a great face cream. People love it. I have good sales on it. I have lots of repeat business on it. I don't need another face cream on my line. I have a face wash. Now I have 2 face washes. I don't need other face washes in my line. Deodorants, I have 2 scents. I don't need any more scents. Those are the 2 scents that people actually liked and would buy. The other ones sat on my shelf forever and ever. I'm done with that. 2 is plenty. All of these different mousses or body yogurts, I don't need that. I don't have room for it on my shelf, and I don't want to buy ingredients for one-offs anymore. So that's kind of a twofer. I'm not spending money on ingredients that I don't already use in a product, and I'm not bringing out any new product to my line. Now, there is a caveat with that, and that is if I have ingredients that I feel like I need to use, and I have this random recipe I got from some random person, whether that's YouTube or Patreon, maybe I'll use up some of those ingredients and have some one-off products on my website. Maybe I do make a body yogurt this year, but it's just a one-off, guys. I'm just trying to use up ingredients, or I'm trying to use up packaging, and then it's done. I'm really not interested. The only thing I thought about doing as far as product lines is having a conditioner bar to match every shampoo bar. My shampoo and conditioners, I cannot keep those things in stock. Those are something that is a very, very good seller for me. So do I incorporate different conditioner bars to match the scent or the vibe of the shampoo bars? That's the only thing I'm thinking I might do. Otherwise, no new products. I know I've spent too much time on that, but no new products. I think that's going to be a big stress relief. For money, I want to do better. Now, January's been bad. I've spent a lot of money in January. I usually spend a lot of money in January. November through January, I tend to spend a lot of money on purchasing like packaging and ingredients that I'm short on. So usually after the holidays or during that December when I'm actually pretty slow because I don't do shows in December. And I'll take that time to kind of reassess my like essential oils. I have a good number of essential oils I need to purchase, those kind of things. So yes, I'm spending a lot of money in January, but after that, it's usually going to even out and I'm not going to spend money. Before I make a purchase, I want to say, okay, well, do I need it? Does it bring value to me? And will it make my life easier? If it answers all of those yes, then maybe I will spend money on it. One thing I really kind of want is a wax melter. I just saw an email that Candle Science has come out with a wax melter. I think a wax melter would do all of that. It would make my life easier. It would bring value to me. Do I need it? No. No, I don't need it. I can still use the stovetop, but I do think that it would make my life easier. That's something that is in my thoughts that maybe this year I will do that. I just haven't decided. But I'm trying to really be much more mindful of my expenditures. One thing I'm doing is just walking away. You that may, work outside of the home and run a business out of your home, it's really difficult to not be working. I'm up every morning, usually between 4 and 5, and I'm usually on the computer. I'm in Soapmaker 3 all the time. I'm editing videos all the time. So I spend a good hour to 2 hours on the computer every morning. At night, I'm on there another hour or so at least if I'm not downstairs making. So I'm working 15, 16 hours a day sometimes between work and my business here. And it's just really hard not to work. There's no getting away from it when it's just surrounding you all the time. So I'm trying really hard to just walk away and kind of give myself grace and just not having everything done that needs to be done. Last Saturday, I did not touch anything in the business. My son came over with the grandsons and they put some can lights up. We're still working on lighting in the house. It's such a dark house, so I'm super excited. It looks great. I actually have light in my living room for the first time in 15 years. I just did not do anything. And pretty much Sunday, I didn't really do much. So I took like almost a whole weekend off. That's unheard of for me. I'm doing better with that. 2024, I'm glad it's over, guys. I'm so glad it's over. I hope you never even noticed that I was stressed last year. I'm pretty transparent normally, but on the other hand, I don't want to bring you down. I have a lot of fun on this channel, and most of my videos were a source of fun and a source of enjoyment for me in an otherwise pretty stressful time. I don't want you to think that I'm not enjoying the video or channel or doing the videos. I still really enjoy having the back and forth that we have, and I have fun bringing you along for whatever happens to be on the docket for the day. So I'm excited about 2025. I really am. And I'm excited to just continue my channel here. I want to grow my channel. I did some fun editing last year, but I got really lazy with that over the last couple months. It got to be too much. So some of my editing kind of went back to the normal, just cutting out the hymns or, those things. So I may get back into some of the more fun editing things that I have. I have a video of decluttering. I hope you guys watch the video, but it is like 40 some minutes long. That's part 1. Part 2 is going to be at least a half an hour long. I just share all of my decluttering, another weight lifted off my shoulders when I went through all of my spaces and really decluttered. So I'm sharing that just journey with you guys. So I hope you watch it. But again, it's a long one, so not everybody's going to want to watch that one. So as far as the channel goes, probably not much is changing. Now, I have thought about doing monthly like lives, kind of like an accountability live where we can come together, like not just me, but you guys too, if you want accountability of spending money, of purchases, of stress, of getting things done when it needs to be done. For that live, I would probably share, this is what I bought last month, and this is why I bought it, and this is how much money I made. I would share my sales with you guys. I would share my YouTube revenue with you guys and kind of do this live, like sharing of my business while still having this shared accountability. I thought that might be kind of fun. But guys, listen, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to say this, but lives take me an awful long time. For an hour live, I probably work behind the scenes for another 3 hours on top of that. Really, at least 3 hours on top of the 1 hour live. I get paid maybe $2 for a live into YouTube revenue over a year. So I do not feel like it's really worth my time to do lives. And that's why I've kind of stopped doing them. Although I really do like them, I felt like last year, especially being so stressed, I'm thinking I have so much other things I need to do. The benefits aren't enough for me to spend 4 hours on a Sunday to do a live. I thought about doing a membership, and I don't know a lot about it, but I think you pay a couple bucks, and then the live would be just for members and to keep that group small. And so that's easier to have accountability when we have a smaller group. And I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. I feel kind of weird about that though, because it feels like my confidence took such a hit last year. And I think the last few weeks has helped. I've had some very successful soaps finally, but man, I really took a hit last year with my soaps and the trace and everything. I know I'm on this rabbit trail, but so then it makes me feel like, well, who am I to say, well, join my membership? I don't know, guys. That is something that I would consider doing if I had interest from you. So I would love your feedback on that. Another thing I thought about doing, and I know you guys are going to think, oh my gosh, Tammy, why are you being so stupid? You just talked about lowering your stress. I really like teaching. And I think I would really like doing consultations for Canva product labels, but one-on-one consultations with product labels, creating labels. And I thought maybe a consultation with Soapmaker 3, one-on-one consultations. I don't imagine that would be like this huge, revenue for me. I can't imagine more than a few a year would do either one of those scenarios. I've been thinking about that for over a year now. I just haven't felt ready for that. But I'm starting to feel ready for it. So let me know what you think about that too. I think that's it. How was your 2024? I hope yours was great. I think 2025 is going to be great. The changes I've already made it's just been good. It's just been a good month. I would say probably mid-December, I really started feeling much better. I would love to read in the comments below how your 2024 went and if you're making any changes for 2025. I'd love to hear from you guys. I love reading your comments. Thank you guys so much for being with me on this journey of just my life. I really, really appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. And I will see you next week. Bye.